Hey, what's up, everybody? I want to welcome you to another episode of the Dreamers Pro Daily Recap, where we give you a recap of all of the hot topics that we covered that day. You can catch them in their long format and also catch it fully streaming for free on Apple Podcasts. I want to give a quick shout out to the basketball show because he was trying to expose these web of lies from Brian Windhorst, essentially from ESPN, but I've been saying it on this channel. As you guys know, whenever these kind of news come out, we usually go live. And thank God, whenever I see these posts on Instagram or Twitter, whatever it is, I always send it to my group chat, right? Because that's why I'm able to, so it's easy for me to access it during the lives, to show it to you guys. But I've been noticing that the lies from these guys it's beginning to pile up. For those of you guys who don't know, Brian Windhorst, Shams, ESPN, they have been on a lying spree for like the last 2 weeks, man. The last 2 weeks, and no one is saying anything. And all of this is in an attempt to save their king's ass, to save his legacy. So I want to go through some of the things that they were saying chronologically to expose the ridiculous lies from the LeBron fan base camp, whatever the hell you want to call it. So let's go through this chronologically. I'll try to go through it as best as I can. So this post is from May 27th. It was seen 2.2 million times on NBA Central. It says, LeBron's camp would reportedly want an explanation from the Lakers if they offer him anything less than a max contract, per Brian Windhorst of ESPN. It says, Windhorst noted that James and his camp want the Lakers to make a contract offer, and if it's for anything less than the maximum, they want the Lakers to explain why and what other players they are going to target with the money that is saved. That's May 27th. Now let's go through them one by one. Next one, June 10th. This is from Basketball Forever. LeBron James and Rich Paul will approach the Lakers with a max contract request this off-season. Let me read that part one more time, because these are the people that said money doesn't matter, right? I'll read it once more. LeBron and Rich Paul will approach the Lakers with a max contract request this offseason. LeBron and his agent, Rich Paul, are reportedly going to ask for the max from the Lakers and want to know how the Lakers plan to spend that money if they are offering less, which is really a complicated way of saying they want to know what the Lakers' plans are. It's easy to imagine LeBron returning to the Lakers or something on something like a 2-year, $50 million contract with a player option on the second year and a no trade clause via NBC Sports. Good. Now, let's get to the third post. We want to go through this step by step. This is from Courtside Buzz. Report. LeBron James and his agent will ask the Lakers for a max contract this summer. So now even other websites were verifying what Windhorst said. The fourth post. Let me just get this right. Let me make sure my dates and everything here's in order. Okay, that's the third, fourth. Okay, cool. Hold on, let me see. All right, perfect. Then the conversation started to become, before this post loads, what are they going to offer LeBron? Because Austin Reeves was one of the other contracts that was still out there lingering. They were trying to figure out if there was going to be any money left if they prioritized Reeves first. That was the first concern. So let me show you the fourth post. It says this. This was on June the 12th. We just came from the 10th. This is the 12th. It says, Rich Paul says about 10 to 12 teams have called him with interest in LeBron James. Now, on the next slide is a video, and I want to play the video for you guys and listen to Rich Paul saying that there are 10 to 12 teams calling for LeBron James.
I can tell you this. I tell you guys this. There has been incoming calls from every team with the excitement of possibly him playing for them. And so at 41 years of age, going on 42, I think that's something to be extremely proud about. And, just it's one of those things where it's like, wow, even at 42, I'm still wanted. that's admirable.
You had to put a number on that, and obviously you rep him as well, so the higher the number would be better for your leverage, but everybody understands everything. Would you say 5 to 10 teams have called him, or like the teams that could potentially get him? If would you be able to put a number on that? Like the Pacers called, obviously.
Yeah, I would say, without naming names, I would say, yeah, about 10 to 12.
5, 10, 12.
Okay, all right, we appreciate it.
Good. You heard that. The next post, this is on June the 13th. Nets want to offer Reeves 4-year, $175 million. The Brooklyn Nets are expected to offer Reeves a $175 million contract next season. This is when things began to shift. Because remember, LeBron and his guys wanted all the money, justifiably so. Then the next post came out on the 16th. It says this. $50 million contract extension. LeBron James and Rich Paul reportedly expected to ask the Lakers for a 1-year max contract worth $57 million. Now, this post was from through Full Court Pass. We couldn't 100%, we couldn't 100% verify if that was true. But the story out there, the scuttlebutt as they call it, was that he was looking for max dollars. Next post. Basketball forever. A reunion between LeBron James and Kevin Love could be brewing in Los Angeles. According to Mark Spears, LeBron is expected back with the Lakers, and his former Cavaliers teammate with whom he won the 2016 title could join him as well via ESPN and the NBA. They were so sure that the Lakers are going to offer him max money that they started putting out reports that Kevin Love was going to join the team. But it gets much worse. Then we have the next post, June the 17th. Mark Spears, it says, look, I'm hearing that LeBron's likely coming back to the Lakers. Okay, and then Kevin Love, and so that's also ESPN, the same company, as well, reporting that news. Now, I want to get to the next one because we have so many posts up here. Some Legion of Hoops. Just give me a second. Right. So then we get the next one, June 18th. Sideline sources report the Lakers are not expected to offer LeBron anything than a max contract. That was the next post. Now, something interesting had occurred because earlier in the month, Windhorst said this on ESPN, and I want to put it up here. It says, this is from NBA Central, the Lakers and LeBron are negotiating a new contract per Brian Windhorst. I think the focus right now is making a deal with the Lakers. Right now, he's allowed to negotiate with the Lakers, and I believe they're negotiating. I believe they're going back and forth. Then I don't know if you guys remember, then the report came out that the Lakers and LeBron had not been in any conversation whatsoever. But back to this June 18 post from Legion of Hoops. This one says, Sam Amick says there are 6 out of 10 chances the Lakers bring back Austin Reeves. If Austin gets paid, there's not enough money for LeBron to feel respected, and then I could see him going up to the West Coast to the Warriors. On the 22nd, sideline sources reported there is pressure to deliver on plans presented to Luka Doncic last year. The promises made to Doncic and his representatives before he signed an extension with the Lakers weren't to have a good month, and they weren't to undertake a slow build to count on marginal improvements built by continuity and internal growth. The plans were bigger. Those promises were to give a locker room full of his type of players so he can find him replicants, if not improvements, of the balanced roster. He made the finals with back on the 2024. Good. Then, so I just read that one there. Now, we get towards the tail end of it all because we got a lot of posts here, and I had to put all of these in order for you guys. I tried my best to put it in order just to show you guys the web of lies, right? So we got through that post. Then, on June the 25th, this is from Full Court Pass. This is now from Shams. The Lakers have not offered LeBron a contract yet, and there has not been any communication between the two since the negotiation window happened. But on June the 16th, via the NBA Central Post, it says the Lakers and LeBron James are reportedly negotiating a new contract per Brian Windhorst. So now the lies, they were tripping over each other's lies. Windhorst said then, I think the focus right now is making a deal with the Lakers. Right now, he's allowed to negotiate with the Lakers, and I believe they're negotiating. I believe they're going back and forth. Then Shams said 9 days later, there has been no communication between them whatsoever. And then 4 days ago, a post from SBN Basketball says, LeBron's number one priority next season is happiness and not money. The Warriors have quietly passed the Lakers as the favorites to land him. And then 3 days ago, it says LeBron James has informed the Lakers that the franchise can move on without him because he will play elsewhere for the 2026-27 season, per Shams. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you the web of lies from ESPN. This is for you to see. We tried our best to chronologically go through every single one of their contradictions. And all of this was to save face. Last year, LeBron was on his last year. If the Lakers wanted to extend him, they could have easily said, here, man, here's a contract extension going forward. They didn't. Then Rob Pelinka was questioned during media day. Hey, how come you didn't extend LeBron? And Rob said, hey, you know, we love to have LeBron end his career with us here, blah, 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 blah. But if you want any more information, go speak to LeBron. I'm essentially paraphrasing here. Then what happened? The story started coming out. Sciatica, this thing. But they forgot that on media day, LeBron said he felt great. He said he felt great. He didn't mention anything about sciatica, nothing. And then all of a sudden, sciatica appeared. But then, and then subsequently after that, they said he was going to miss the first day of training camp. Then he went to Kai Sinet's event that he had. Then he was shooting basketball over there. Then the next thing you know, they say he's going to miss all of training camp. Then the next thing you know, they say he was going to miss all of the preseason. And then guess what happened? The first game LeBron James showed up to the Lakers game, he sat on the bench with a stone scowl on his face. He was pissed. To the point where even other NBA players like Steven Jackson and them noticed it. And they were like jokingly, man, you think LeBron want the Lakers to lose? Of course. He sat out for the first, 10, 15, whatever games it was, hoping that the team would lose. So he would come back and show them their value, what they lost. But the gamble backfired because Reeves emerged as an all-star caliber player. So the big plan blew up in their face. He went from being the second option to now being the third option. And then people were wondering, oh, if he comes back, is he going to mess up the flow? All of this was about money from the start. It ain't got to do with happiness. It's all been about money. And the moment they prioritized Reeves, it was like, it's over. There was no communication. There was no, they wanted the max money. We even read you, they wanted them to explain to them, multiple people reported this. Explain to them what you're going to do with this money if you don't plan on giving me the max. And the Lakers just went off with their business. One of them is saying, oh, there's communication. The next one said, there's been no communication at all. So which one is it? They're just tripping over each other's lies because they can't keep up. One guy saying this, the other guy says something to come back to contradict what this guy just said. And this is where we are. A web of lies, one after the other, after the other, after the other, after the other. And we, thank God, because we did live shows on this. Live shows. And now it's about happiness. Now money don't matter. Yeah, right. We even did lives where they were like, they're expecting something to reflect the value that LeBron has to the market. We've done shows, we have lives about this. I just can't find all the notes. We even did lives on it. This has always been about money. Ain't got nothing to do with no damn happiness. It's about money. And the dollar figure that they were willing to offer was viewed as a disrespectful number. And then what happened when the news came out, ESPN tried to spin it. They're trying to spin it like LeBron rejected the Lakers, when in fact, the Lakers made it clear 1 year ago, this relationship is not going past this year. It's clear. So how is he moving on from the Lakers when there was no contract on the table? I'm confused. How do you reject a girl that you asked out and told you no? How does it work? You're not interested, but you asked her before and she said she's not interested in you. But now you want to turn it around and be like, you're not interested in her. It's all been one big lie. And I'm exposing it because these guys get paid millions of dollars and they need to explain themselves. All of these different stories, come on, you guys are leading the way. You guys get paid millions a year to come up here and confuse people. Come on, man. Now y'all got to explain yourselves. LeBron fans are crying. They're crying all over the internet. They're trying to say, oh, the Lakers got worse and all of these. Like, they're just in their feelings. And one of those people is Nick Wright. Nick Wright, who for the last 8 years, no matter the circumstance, will tell you how the Lakers could win the Nick Wright thought the Lakers had a chance at winning the title every year, even last year, when he was doing his championship pie and all of that and ranking LeBron, his pyramid and all of that. Like, these are the people that were holding up the Lakers all these years, right? And now you know the only reason that they were doing that is because their favorite guy, LeBron, was on the team. But now that he's no longer on the team, and the Lakers have made some considerable movement in the free agency, market, gotten some really good pieces. Now Nick Wright is trying to convince himself and LeBron fans that the Lakers got worse. And man, it is absolutely pathetic. Because, you know, if they found a way to keep LeBron and add one of these other pieces, or maybe even two of these other pieces, oh man, this would be the team. I think they could compete for the title. And it's just like, bro, this is sad. Y'all are going out looking crazy right now, man. So what we want to do now is watch this video of Nick Wright trying to convince himself and his LeBron followers that the Lakers got worse.
So yeah, after splitting up with LeBron, the Lakers have made some moves. They got Walker Kessler. They signed Mamu, Colin Sexton, and my guy Quentin Grimes. How strong of a team is this compared to the West? Do you think they're going to work next year?
Well, it's not a very strong team at all. They got worse. And Marcus Smart was wildly important to him. He's gone. Kennard was a great pickup. He's gone. Rui is not re-signed yet, and the second best player on the team's gone. And listen, I didn't watch. Don't cut this out into a social clip. However, fair is fair. When Stephen A has said things that I've disagreed with, I've gone after him. So I want to just... And I didn't see everything Stephen A said about the fact that the Lakers are going to be the first team in 40 years to have their best three players be white dudes. But I'm telling you right now, while everyone's annihilating them for it, that occurred to all of you as well. Everyone's like, how could he say this? It's like, everybody had a similar reaction when we saw the picture of the Lakers' big three, and it's Luka, Austin, and Walker Kessler.
Luka's a spicy white, though. He's a spicy.
Right? No, I get it. He's Eastern European. It's not American. And this Mamu Shadashvili guy, he's Eastern European too. He looks like a John Wick villain. I understand all that. My only point is, people who want to go after Stephen A are using this as an opportunity, pretending like that hadn't even occurred to me. Yes, it had. I'm not saying it means they won't. I'm not going as far as to say it means they're going to be bad or anything. I am saying he wasn't the only person to be like, oh, well, when's the and I even did, when I saw the Walker Kessler deal, my own thing in my head where I was like, gosh, what is the last time a team's three best guys were white dudes? And I was like, even the Celtics in the 80s with Bird and McHale, they always had Parrish. Like three of their four best at times, whether it was Ainge or Bill Walton. But it's been a while. So again, there's plenty of stuff you want to go after Stephen A. It's fair game. And again, also, I didn't watch the podcast, listen to the clip, but I saw the little synopsis of it. And I was like, come on. He's not the only person that thought that. With that said, they are asking a lot of Luka. I love Luka. I believe in Luka. We'll see if he can deliver. But it is to trade away all your future picks and to just be locked in to long-term Walker, Kessler, Austin Reeves, and not like Colin Sexton's not to me a value additive NBA player. You know how much I like Grimes. So that one is, I do think, awesome. And Grimes will have a career year, getting, you know what? Grimes played with Luka, right? Like, I'm not tripping. Grimes was there when Luka was there because they traded him the same year. Yeah. He only played with Luka for a handful of games though, because it was the year Luka got traded and Luka was hurt at the beginning of the year. So it was very temporary that he played with Luka. So I do like the Quentin Grimes edition, but I still think that team, and Walker Kessler is, a nice player, and they finally addressed the center position. But man, oh man, they paid a very steep price for Walker Kessler as a restricted free agent. 2 picks and 2 swaps. Again, I know Luka wanted the center. Well, I was thinking they could have gotten Jaylen Brown. Yeah. I mean, if you're willing to give up 2 picks and 2 swaps, but they didn't have the salary to match. I understand they couldn't have realistically made that work. But right now, and this breaks my heart for Luka, but Western Conference contenders, where would I slot the Lakers? Well, you know what? This is interesting. Here's what I'll say in the Lakers' defense. And this is what is so unique about the maybe a bit of a changing of the guards in the NBA. I think the West only has 2 awesome teams. OKC and San Antonio. Like, the Lakers won't be better than all of these teams, but you could make the case like they could be better than Denver. They could be better than Houston. They could be better than Minnesota. They could be better than, go down the list. Yeah. None of those teams' rosters overwhelm you. Meanwhile, in the East right now.
So you saw what he had to say there. Look, guys, this is pathetic, okay? This is pathetic, and somebody needs to say it. Somebody needs to tell Nick Wright and his fans, like, y'all are looking like generational haters, man. I thought y'all were Laker fans. I thought y'all were Laker fans. These were not Laker fans. These were LeBron goblins, man. These were LeBron goblins masquerading as Laker fans. They don't know damn Laker. They were just up there to twerk it up, pour honey all over each other, throw ones in the air, and just start hollering and screaming and running through hallways, knocking over people, knocking old ladies down, pushing people out of their chairs, just to shake and twerk it up. But now that their king is gone, all of a sudden the Lakers are going. Now the Lakers got worse. And guess what? All they're going to hope for next year is that the Lakers fail. They are hoping and wishing and praying the Lakers don't do well, they fall apart, but none of that's going to happen. Lakers are going to be at least a top 4 seed. I'm not saying they're going to be the best team in the West. I'm not saying they're going to win a championship, but I think they're going to be one of the better teams in the NBA. I sincerely believe that. And these guys are going to have to try to bend themselves into pretzels. But what's going to happen is they're going to move the goalposts all throughout the season. If the Lakers start off well, can they be this good in January? Can they be a good playoff team? And then if they ultimately lose in the playoffs, I told you, you see, they weren't that good. They weren't that good at all. When we all know that the Lakers won free agency. But the only reason he's saying that it got worse because he thinks they lost their second best player in LeBron. That's the whole thing here. All roads lead back to LeBron. Every road in Narnia where these people live, it all heads back to LeBron's kingdom, where they all a bunch of serfs and freaking court gestures and all. That's what they are. But y'all are looking crazy. Y'all are looking like some serious haters right now, and I gotta call it out. You know what I mean? I gotta call it out. We are currently here. First of all, happy Independence Day to everyone out there. Which one of y'all would have invited me to one of y'all barbecues? But I know some of y'all are greedy as hell. So, y'all want to keep all the barbecue and all the good stuff to yourself. No, I'm just playing. But happy 4th of July to you guys. And it's a wonderful day. People outside enjoying themselves. But one person and one group of people actually that are not enjoying themselves right now are LeBron fans. LeBron fans are not enjoying this 4th of July. They already had jars of honey laid out. They were planning to go outside in their bikinis on this hot summer day and just sit up there and lather themselves, rub honey all over each other's ankles, and just torque it up. Jump in the pool, jump back out, rub some more honey, jump back in the pool, shake it up, right? And why are they having a bad time? Because right now, their king, their Pookie Bear, as they like to refer to him, LeBron James, is currently still a free agent. For goodness sake, even Andre Drummond just got signed. But LeBron's is still out there floating in the ether, right? And one person seems to know why. And this person that I'm talking about is Ric Bucher. As you guys know, he has a really great podcast. The name of the channel is called, again, let me just give him a shout out. It's called United We Cast. Great show, a great podcast. And they published the show yesterday. It says, the truth behind Jaylen Brown's exit, Lakers race controversy, and why LeBron has only one real option. It's about a 25-minute show. So I tuned in to hear what he had to say about the Jaylen Brown situation and all of that. Then we got to the point where he was addressing the LeBron situation, the elephant in the room. And Ric Bucher basically said that LeBron's time has run out. He no longer has the leverage that he used to. And it may be time for him to bow out. And it's something that he believes is a shell shock, not only to LeBron, but also his inner circle and his fan base. And I think he explained it, quite frankly, beautifully. So what we want to do is want to play what Rick had to say here, take a listen to it, and I'm going to come back and react to his comments.
All right, before I go, I do want to touch on the LeBron James situation because I've been wondering how this was going to play out ever since the Lakers acquired Luka Doncic and it became clear that they were ready to move on without LeBron unless he was willing to swallow a huge slice of humble pie along with a massive pay cut to stay in a Lakers uniform. How does someone who has had the incredible career that LeBron has had make an exit that befits who he has been all these years? Graceful exits, after all, have not been his thing. I had to smile when it was reported that LeBron had informed the Lakers he didn't intend to play for them next year, as if the Lakers weren't already planning for that to be the case. But kudos to the Lakers for allowing LeBron to present it that way and preserve some dignity on the way out. The Rich Paul propaganda about contacting every team in the league to determine the interest in LeBron is just window dressing. If teams were interested, he wouldn't have to reach out to them. It's a sign that LeBron and Rich are struggling with the new reality, which is that LeBron simply isn't valued the way he once was. He does not have the leverage he once did, which is not an indictment. No one is going to invest in a player who is turning 42 years old next season and comes with all the outsized attention and servicing that LeBron does. The only place that makes any sense is for him to return to Cleveland, where it all began. I can see the Cavaliers entertaining that because A, they have a very good team, but LeBron's playmaking and experience could give them a boost. And B, there isn't a player or personality currently there that is bigger than him. If he goes to Golden State, he is joining Steph Curry's team. And while it wouldn't be exactly like Kevin Durant joining the Warriors because they are no longer a championship caliber team, it would have the same aroma. We can argue all day long about who the bigger star is. Not the better player, but the bigger star. But we can't argue about the hierarchy. In the Bay Area, Steph was always bigger than KD no matter what he did, and the same would be true with LeBron. I seriously doubt LeBron wants to live that reality. If he did, he would have been more amenable to staying in LA. I also have no doubt that Pat Riley would entertain bringing LeBron back if he thought it would give the Miami Heat a better chance of winning. But this isn't LeBron going to join Chris Bosh and one of his best friends, Dwayne Wade, at the height of his power. This is joining Bam Adebayo and Giannis Antetokounmpo, two relative strangers, two guys who don't feel any particular allegiance to LeBron, Two guys who are the true core of what the Heat are trying to build. LeBron would be an add-on, a complementary piece. Giannis has even thrown some shade LeBron's way by saying he's never been interested in joining a super team, that doing so is the easy way to chase a title.
So you heard what Ric Bucher had to say. The writing is on the wall, man. The writing is on the wall. For the way that people like to promote him, and Nick Wright and Shannon Sharp and folks on ESPN and other places, you would have thought that he would have been the most sought after free agent. Certainly that's what even me, myself, I thought. But little did I know that that wasn't the case at all. As things currently stand on July 4th, there's been no major announcements. Now, one person contacted me and said, hey, look, he thinks an announcement is going to come out today on 4th of July. Then maybe he goes back to Cleveland. We shall see. Still early. But as things stand now, LeBron is still a free agent. And the story just seems to be changing and changing and changing with every passing day. And we went from LeBron having all the cards to now be the one currently unemployed, looking out from the outside, looking into the NBA, to the point where you even have his agent Rich Paul putting together PowerPoint presentations, essentially begging teams like the Knicks, Brunson, call LeBron. I'm like, what? Like, what? How the mighty have fallen. I've never seen anything like this. I mean, it is absolutely jarring to see what things are now, considering where they were just a year ago. I mean, it was all good just a week ago. Like, it's crazy. You now have people essentially begging for teams to sign LeBron. And it's like, wow, who's going to sign him? And I think that the only team that will potentially sign him, they'll be willing to put up with everything that comes with it, and probably makes the most sense, is like what Rick said, Cleveland. Because you go to Golden State, that's Curry's team. It's a different thing. So I think Rick Bucher pretty much summarized it, that the league has moved on, man. As you guys know right now, the Lakers are having a hell of an offseason. They've probably been the team with the most acquisitions. From what I can count, the Lakers have acquired 4 new players, and one of them is a major piece, Kessler Walker, that the Lakers were desperately in search for to kind of fill in the gap. It's something that Luka Doncic himself really wanted. And we knew that the Lakers had to make moves. The dark cloud that was hanging over them going into the offseason, once we finally found out that LeBron was not returning to the team, the Lakers acted swiftly. They were able to make 4 acquisitions in 35 minutes. 35 minutes, they made 4 acquisitions, to the point where even people like Kendrick Perkins said the Lakers could potentially be the best offensive team in the NBA. Certainly, they'll be one of the most skilled teams in the league. And I also reported during a live that we did the other day that the Lakers are also trying to figure out if they could acquire Jonathan Kuminga as well, from who I think the Hawks rejected his contract this summer. So we have to see if that's going to be a possibility. But then I came across a report here this morning that really has me excited about what this season can be. All right, so I want to put it up here. This is from Legion Hoops. It says, Luka Doncic is excited about the Lakers' free agency moves, reports Dan Wokey Sports. He says his biggest desires for the roster were addressed, keeping Austin Reeves and getting an elite rim-protecting center in Walker Kessler. And this post was viewed, This post was viewed 800,000 times. It originally, I believe, originates from a New York Times article here, and essentially says the Lakers' moves in free agency have been a hot topic in calls and texts amongst executives and agents, with plenty wondering if the Lakers overpaid for Walker Kessler and if they left themselves without any ammunition to upgrade the roster down the road. While the team isn't done with his roster build, as we reported yesterday, the Lakers are looking at wings. Jonathan Kuminga high on that list. Its move has received a thumbs up from the locker room presence that matter the most. According to league sources, Luka Doncic was excited about the Lakers signing, with the team addressing his biggest desires for the roster by keeping Austin Reeves and getting an elite rim protecting center in Kessler. Those sources who spoke on condition of anonymity because the deals have not been completed, said the Lakers kept in regular communication with Doncic and his team despite a significant time gap with the star guard spending his summer in Europe. The Lakers opened their summer schedule Friday in the California Classic with the first-round pick Cameron Carr and last year's rookie Adoitero, both on the roster here. So I just want to talk about this thing from a vibes perspective. I think that going into next season, I've said it online, I've said it on Instagram, I'm going to say it here, the Lakers are going to be a top 4 seed next year. I believe that they're going to be a top 4 seed. I'm not saying that they're going to win the Western Conference. I'm not saying any of that. But I think that they're going to be a top 4 seed in the West. Certainly, I think they got better. Obviously, they added more depth. They got younger. It's clear to see. So by that alone, I think they got better. I think earlier in the season last year, we saw that Luka Doncic and Austin Reeves played very well with one another. There's no question about it. The data certainly suggests so, right? We saw it. And now that we don't have any looming imminent news of when is LeBron returning to the team, I'm talking about last year because we always wondered when he was going to be inserted back in the lineup. Is he going to gum up the works? We don't have to worry about any of that. I think that now the Lakers can just focus on gelling as a team. Number 3, people keep talking about the fact that, they gave up all their picks. Picks don't mean anything for a team that's in win now mode. Picks mean something for teams that are looking to build into the future. The Lakers are in championship mode now. So what's the purpose of having picks for the future, which will essentially be used to help you get to where you are right now? They're in win mode right now. They're trying to open up their championship window right now. I think a lot of people are making a big deal. They're talking about the price of that. What's the price of not getting all these pieces? So I totally disagree. I think that picks mean a lot to teams that are in the rebuilding stage of the process, but I don't think the Lakers are on a rebuild. Right now, they're trying to build their team to go win. So a lot of people are making a little bit too much out of it. I heard people on ESPN and all of that. Picks mean nothing to a team that's trying to win a championship right now.